Blog Talk Radio.
MOF Radio, when you want to know what's up in the MOF.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to MOF Radio. Actually, I should say welcome back to MOF Radio. This is actually our first episode of season 28, that is. I know we tried to have a show a few times earlier in the season. Either, I fell asleep or I guess that's pretty much it. I just fell asleep and, I can't stay up that late anymore, guys. So the good news is we're having a show now. Every Thursday, we'll be doing a show at 6:30 Eastern from now on. No more 11 p.m. I can't do it. Sorry, Paulie. Just get your ass home at 6:30. We can do the show together, or you're just not a co-host. So either or. Anyway, tonight is a special show because I want to show my appreciation to you guys for being so active. That's right. I mean, I've seen this place hop over the years. We've been, crazy active. We've been so active. We've been not active. But right now, given that it's officially the unofficial off season for Madden, you guys have been lights out. So congrats. Give yourselves a pat on the back. We finished a set of games way before the deadline. Week 5 and 6 were done, I think, on Thursday or Friday. The deadline was Sunday. So you guys you've been great. Very impressive. And there's only 5 games left for week 7 and 8. And they're due this Sunday coming up. So, damn, you guys have been great. So I want to reward you with the 3 weeks opening today. We got week 9, week 10, week 11 for your playing pleasure. The website has also been updated today with the latest editions of the power rankings, the expert picks, and also player of the week nominations have been out for week 5 and week 6. They're up on the forum. Simply just click on BOTW voting and vote for your player of the week. This Wednesday, we will close the polls for the players of the weeks for weeks 1 through 4, and we will hand out the awards. You will also you will receive a awards photo in your signature. Those custom photos that are copyrighted, I must add, they will appear in your signature. So, where do we begin? Since this is technically our first show of the season, I quickly want to touch upon the season predictions. They were done by Chris Berman. So, real quick, I know you guys love the predictions, the breakdowns. This was done with a couple guys that are no longer here. Or am I lying? No. Madden USA was the only one that was here. Now he's not here, and Enzo as well. I forgot about Enzo. They both have left us. So first off, the Titans have been taken over by Sean Brand. Most of you guys will not know who Sean Brand is, but he is a MOF veteran. He was the first coach ever to go winless in the season, and he also, I think, went 1-15 and 3-13 a few times. But either way, Sean Brand's a great guy. He's a competitor. He plays hard. So you guys will have a good time with him. So welcome back, Sean Brand. Also, Coach Board is back. He's coaching the Giants. Coach Board was here a few times. He had a little bit of inactivity issues, but either way, he's a good guy. He's a good competitor. No problems whatsoever. So we welcome him back as well. He is the Giants. So real quick with the predictions, it looks like the Pats were predicted to go 13-3. The Bills 12-4. Miami 10-6, and the Jets 10-6. So if you look at that, so far, thus far, we're about, some teams are halfway done with the season. Some are just right there. Right now, the Bills lead the AFC East at 6-2. The Pats are 5-2. The Dolphins are 3-3, and the Jets are 2-5. So these predictions, pretty good. They're a little off. The Jets are obviously not going to go 10-6 unless they can go 9-1 or 8-1 in their last 9 games, which I don't see happening. Coach Latin Yank did miss one game, which he lost to the Eagles, which I believe he would have lost anyway. So either way, it looks like the Bills and Pats will probably get in. The Dolphins, outside chance. So the AFC North was predicted as follows. The Steelers were predicted to win the division at 10-6. And then the rest of the division was predicted to miss the playoffs, with the Bengals at 9-7, the Ravens 7-9, and the Browns at 4-12. This is kind of funny because the Browns already have surpassed that, and they lead the division at 5-3. The Steelers have been hot lately. They, I think, started at 0-3, another 4-3, so they could be definitely a team to reckon with. The Ravens and Bengals have been just an embarrassment. The Ravens 1-5, and the Bengals are winless, 0-7. I don't think anyone saw that coming, but Coach Woody is 0-7. And how good is he? I mean, with the user, it's crazy. So it's really crazy to see him 0-7. Now, the AFC South was predicted and is looking like it's following through pretty well. The Texans were predicted to win this division at 10-6. The Jags were predicted to go 8-8, and the Colts and Titans were both predicted to go 3-13. The Colts look like they're probably going to exceed expectations a little bit. The Texans right now lead that division at 3-3. Then yours truly, the Jaguars, half a game behind him at 3-4, playing a little better as of late. The Colts are 3-5, and then the Titans are 0-6. Not very good. But again, Sean Brand is back. That's all that matters. So we're happy to see him back. He just needs to probably do some scouting reports before he has Chris Johnson suspended for the entire season. So memo to Sean Brand, get those scouting reports in, boy. Now the AFC West was predicted as follows. The Chargers were predicted to win the division at 11-5. The Raiders were picked to be in second at 9-7. The Chiefs 8-8, and the Broncos 5-11. Right now, the Raiders do lead this division at 5-2. The Chiefs are 5-3 right behind them. The Broncos are 4-3, playing very well. And the Chargers, who were predicted to win this division, are in last place at 3-5. So it doesn't look like the Chargers will win this division, even though they keep losing by 3 points, it seems. So anything could happen with the Chargers. This division is basically up in the air, I think. Team KA is playing much better with the Raiders. It's his team. Last season he came on, finished pretty strong, and it looks like he's picking up right where he left off. So, and it looks like I Got a Sexy Wife is coming back too, 5-3. He's had a couple bad seasons, but looks like he's turning it around a little bit with these Chiefs. So good for him. Now we jump to the NFC. It was predicted the NFC East, the Redskins to win at 11-5. The Eagles were predicted to be a wild card team at 10-6, and the Giants and Cowboys were both predicted to go 7-9. So take a look real quick. The Eagles have the best record in the MOF. So Coach Roclo, congrats. You've been playing excellent football. I mean, you've had the Eagles for what now? This is the 7th season in a row you have the Eagles. So it's a good thing that you're finally winning. You know, maybe it takes 7 years to finally get a hold of a team, but either way, you're undefeated, 7-0. The Cowboys and Redskins are both tied with 4-3 records, 3 games behind the Eagles. So this division is looking like a lock for the Eagles unless something catastrophic happens. The Giants and board, 2-5. You can pretty much pencil them out. NFC East is a tough division as it is, and when you're 2-5 with 9 games to go, it don't look too good for you. Now, the NFC North was predicted the Lions to win 11-5, the Bears to make the playoffs 10-6, and the Vikings and Packers. Vikings to go 6-10, Packers to go 4-12. We might have been a little generous with those two because the Packers and Vikings are both 0-6 to start the season. So the Lions, though, predicting to go 11-5, they're going right with the prediction. They're 6-1, right in the top of the division. 3 games up on the Bears, who are not playing that great, 3-4. I know Paulie, he really wants this season to be his top season, the last one for PlayStation 3. So he needs to pick it up if he wants to make the playoffs. Now you look at the NFC South. It was predicted for the Saints to win the division, not by a lot, but 9-7. They predicted them. The Carolina Panthers were predicted to go in second place, 8-8. The Bucks at 7-9, and the Falcons at 3-13. This is a shocker because Jafon's Bucks are 6-1. All right, they're playing great ball, and it's great to see. He was featured on the website today. Jafon's been here for a really long time. Been the Bucks almost every single season. Usually falls short of the playoffs. Lately, he's been playing better, but this is by far his best season so far. So hopefully he can keep it up. Hopefully he can challenge the Eagles for that NFC crown, because we'd love to see Jafon in the Super Bowl. So good luck to you there. Then the Saints are in second place at 4-3, not playing as well as we thought. And the Panthers are 3-3, 500 ball, just as we thought. And the Falcons 2-5, just as we thought. Now, you look at the NFC West, and this division is pretty stacked. We picked the Cardinals to go 10-6 and win the division. Then we picked the Niners to go 9-7, be in second place. We picked the Seahawks to go 8-8, and we picked the Rams to go 4-12. And the Rams have shut us up, 6-2 for G. Bryan, and the Rams are in first place. He's playing really good ball for a rookie. I mean, geez, rookies have been playing great lately here in the MOF, and he's no exception. The 49ers are in second place, a half game behind them at 5-2. Peasy was 4-0, I think, and he lost 3 straight games. He's 4-3 now. Then the Seahawks are 3-3. So every team in that division is 500 or better. Definitely a toss-up. But the Rams are playing the best. 2-1 division record, and they're going to be a tough out. So far through almost mid-season, I'd say a lot of surprises. I'd say the Buccaneers and the Rams are definitely a huge surprise. Disappointment, the Redskins, because they were, I think, 1-3 at one point, even though they won 3 straight. He's definitely not playing as good as he should. It's Betts, 4 championships. Paulie's not playing that great. He's a disappointment. And yeah, that's about it. I mean, right now, if I had to pick an NFC champion, it would probably be the Eagles. I mean, he's 7-0. He's beaten the Lions. He's beaten everyone he's played. So who can you really say has the best chance to beat Roclo? You have to think about the Redskins. If they can get in the playoffs, the Redskins are going to cause damage because it's Betts. Betts is the man. You know what I mean? Roclo did beat him 45-31 week 2, but they have a huge game last week of the season, week 16, in Washington. That could determine the Redskins' playoff hopes. So, I mean, that's going to be a huge game. But the way I look at it, I don't really see anyone competing with Roclo. I think he's going to win this division. He's going to win this conference. He's going to represent the NFC. He's hoping that he's dusting a spot off on that mantle for that trophy. It better be a big spot because it's a big trophy, and he wants it. He wants it bad. So we'll see what happens. Now you look at the AFC. It's very wide open. Of course, you think about the Bills. Beast was in the Super Bowl last season with the Bears. The Bills are his team. Of course, the Patriots, defending champions. He's 5-2. He just lost to the Cowboys, but still. Then you look at the outside teams like the Browns. You never know. The Steelers are playing good. The Texans, Big Dre, never can count him out. The Raiders, the Chiefs. So this AFC is, I think it's a lot more tight wound than the NFC is. The NFC has the Eagles, the Lions, the Bucks. And the Bucks, we can't really trust them yet. So you go Lions, Eagles, and then you go AFC, bunch of teams: Bills, Pats, Steelers, Browns, Texans, Raiders. So it's going to definitely be interesting as we go along. So now we look through the updates today, real quick. There was a rule update. Actually, it was just it was always an unwritten rule, if you want to say, if there is any. Unwritten rule was you don't have to do a second scouting report on a divisional opponent. So say you are the Bucks, you play the Saints week 1, you play the Saints week 6, you don't have to do 2 scouting reports. Just do your first game, because if you don't, we'll suspend a player. So your second game will be excused. Like I said before, it's not that easy to see. It's not that easy to see that, but if we're recording the scouting reports, obviously, if it's a division game, we can just take a look quick and make sure that we are not suspending people for not doing a second scouting report. So that is in the rules now. It is under. Let me just pull it up real quick. I'll tell you where it's under. It is under Coach Requirements, Section 8.1.6. It says you are not required to post 2 recaps on divisional opponents, just 1. So keep that in mind, guys. But do keep in mind that scouting reports are mandatory. I did mention this in the off season. I mentioned it multiple times. They are mandatory. Every Monday after a deadline, we will be doing our player suspensions. So don't get pissed off at me because you didn't do your coach duties, okay? Player stats, if you win, do game recap, and you will be fine. Now, about scouting reports, we do see a few that are I guess, piss poor, you can say. A lot of one-liners, a lot of non-detailed reports. So I know, like I said before, I know the MOF requires a lot of you guys. So I do appreciate everything you guys do. That's why we have a trophy. That's why we keep this league, we keep it active, we keep the features going, but we do definitely need everyone's cooperation. So if you can improve those scouting reports, thank you. And, when PlayStation 4 season comes up, we won't have to worry about that because we can easily throw up a video of our game on YouTube, put the link in the scouting report, and that's it. So it'll be much easier when our season of PlayStation 4 comes out. And mentioning PlayStation 4, I'm sure you guys already know, next season we will be having our first season of PlayStation 4. So if you can't get a PS4, let me know. I will help you out, try to find one for you. I know Best Buy online right now has them console only. So if you're interested, we will be starting the season. Season 29 will probably be middle of March. So you have till middle of March to grab one and be current with us. So good luck with that. So look at the power rankings real quick that were done today. You got the Eagles, who are obviously still number one. 7-0. You really can't argue with the Eagles being number one. They've been number one for a couple weeks now. Rocco's playing excellent ball. McCoy is definitely the MVP conversation again. Someone's got to take this team away from this kid because this guy can play. It's obvious. So it'll take a real meltdown for the Eagles not to make the playoffs. I mean, that would be something crazy. But the Eagles are definitely number one. Coming in number two at the rankings is the Buccaneers. Tampa Bay, Jay Fawn. How about that? Bucs are playing great ball. He deserves the 2 ranking. Although he did mention that his schedule will be starting to get brutal. If you take a quick look, he has Houston, Atlanta, and the Giants. I don't think that's too brutal for you, bro. I see him winning all 3 of those games, actually. So maybe the last end of it. He has Washington, he has Dallas, and he has Philly. So maybe 3 more losses, maybe. I definitely think he's ready to make a run this season, 12-4, 11-5, and get that division. So good job to Jay Fawn getting the 2nd rank. The 3rd ranking will be the Detroit Lions. He dropped the spot from last week after losing to the Eagles. He lost 20-17, so that game could have definitely went his way. He could be number 1 in the rankings right now. But he did lose. He lost to the Eagles. We all know who's next can play. That's his name, who's next. He is number 1 in defensive points allowed per game. He's only allowing 16 per game, which is pretty good. He's 9th in defense. His rushing defense isn't great, but his passing defense is very good. Calvin Johnson isn't really tearing it up, so that's surprising, but he's still 6-1. But then coming up, the Raiders and Broncos both away. That's going to be some tough games. And he has Paulie at home, and Paulie is always a tough game. So those should be some good games for him coming up. The 4th ranking goes to the Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills currently lead the AFC East by half a game over the Patriots. The Bills obviously are playing very well. So ever since Beast came back, he's been great. Took the Bears last season from a, I think, 2-2 record all the way to the Super Bowl before losing it to the Patriots. He lost 2 games so far this season. He lost 1 in overtime to the Dolphins, and then he lost 1 to the Patriots. So with that said, he's going to have to beat the Patriots if he wants to go anywhere because they currently hold his number. So we'll have to see what happens. This week he has the mighty Coach Betts and Big Dre. Those two games are definitely not automatic. So there'll be some tough challenges there for Beast. Number 5 in the rankings is the St. Louis Rams. Coach G. Bryan is a rookie. He's Beast Boy. Don't worry, we did look into making sure that they were not the same person. They are not. So props to G. Bryan for going 6-2 with the Rams. That's not easy, especially in that division. His 2 losses, 1 to Seattle, 1 to Detroit. Other than that, he's been perfect. He has another game against Seattle coming up, and another game against Baltimore coming up. I'm sure he wants to avenge that Seattle loss that he lost by 3. And Baltimore is not playing very well, so they'll have to really come up with something to beat the Rams here. And I guess I'll do the top 10. Why not? Since we have no callers and 10 minutes left in the show. The Pats come in at number 6. They were 5-2. The defending champions lost last week to the Cowboys, which was a little surprising. But yeah, everyone's going to lose once in a while, any given Sunday, right? So he did lose to the Cowboys. He also lost to the Dolphins too. And now this week he has the Eagles, the Broncos, and the Titans coming up. So that Eagle game is going to be something great. Hopefully that's streamed somehow, because I'm sure a lot of us want to watch that one. And number 7 was the Niners, Trev Papp, 5-2. We remember last season he went 6-2 and then imploded, finished 3-5 his last 8 games and missed the playoffs. So he's going to try to avoid that this season, as his next 3 games are very winnable. Baltimore at the Giants and then home against the Vikings. He definitely should be 8-2 after that, but you never know. Like I said, this is the MOF, and it's any given Sunday. Anyone could be anybody, and that's what's great about this league. So, but we wish Trev luck. He deserves the playoffs. He busts his ass around here. So the Raiders come in number 8, Team KA. Like we said before, he's playing much better with the Raiders. He was in the Super Bowl, if you guys don't remember, season 25. He lost to the Panthers. So we all know Team KA can make some noise when he wants to, when he's motivated to. He did lose 2 games so far. He lost one to the Chiefs, 21-14. He lost one to me, 27-15. His next 3 games, he's coming up at Green Bay, home against Detroit, at KC. So those are some tough games, barring the Packers game. But the Lions and Chiefs will be tough, and we'll see where Team KA stands after those 3 games. Number 9 is the Chiefs. They come in at 5-3. They were 5-1, but they lost the last 2 games. Coach, I got a sexy wife, lost to the Steelers and the Lions his last 2 games. So he's going to have to turn it around soon, or he's going to find himself behind Oakland pretty quick, as he's home this week against the Jets and home against the Raiders. Those games are going to be tough, but he might win one of those games. We'll see. And rounding at the top 10 is the Browns, 5-3. Browns playing very well. Another surprise here in the MOF. SD Malone, he actually had these guys at 5-1 at one point, and they also have lost 2 straight. One to the Raiders and one to the Jets. He has 2 games coming up at San Diego, home against Arizona. Those games will not be easy at all, so we wish him luck as well. I'm going to have to leave this here, because I'm going to get to the expert pick. Since Paul isn't here. Against the spread, he's working me, even though he's not even taking it. It's ridiculous. I don't even know what he's doing. Either way, week 9. I'm going to look at Tampa Bay game of the week for week 10 is going to be the Bills and the Redskins. The Redskins are trying to the Redskins are playing. They probably will see Bills now, but they're going to step up here against the Bills. Just show up for him right back. I believe he's still a huge game. DJ Manuel doesn't make mistakes. I expect to win this game. Bills to win by, I don't know, 3 and week 11 game of the week. That was fun. Well, Lakers. I definitely think right there for them. Not going to be cheap here. So with that said, we have no callers. Going to end the show about 2 minutes early, and I'm going to play the Steelers because that's what I do. When the weeks open up, I play games. Hopefully you guys are listening, and we'll be back this Thursday, that's right, at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Every Thursday from now on at 6:30 we will have our show. I hope to get more callers. I know it's 6:30, but you guys can figure it out. So, everyone, have a great week. Good luck to everyone playing your games, and don't forget your scouting reports and your stats. All right, take care.